Have you ever heard about the highest graveyard, or ever heard that bodies are used as landmarks? Have you ever met green boots? Well, we are going to find out more about the highest graveyard and about green boots. But first, like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like these. Well, let's start talking about the location of the highest graveyard on Earth. Have you ever heard of the Mount Everest? Everyone knows it, right? For the people that have no idea what the Mount Everest is, I will talk to you about the Mount Everest. The Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth above the sea level. The mountain is located in the Himalayas, on the border between Nepal and Tibet. Some people will know that the Mount Everest is the highest mountain, but how high is it? Well, the Mount Everest is 8.849 meters high. You must think that nobody ever climbed that high, but there are adventurous people on the Earth. Edmund and Tenzing were the first people who have climbed the Mount Everest in 1953. I think that's amazing. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But what is so dangerous about climbing the Mount Everest? Well, the top of the mountain, roughly everything above 7.924 meters, is known as the death zone. On the top of the mountain are the oxygen levels only at a third of what they are at sea level, and the barometric pressure causes weight to feel 10 times heavier. The combination of the two makes climbers feel sluggish, disoriented, and fatigued, and can cause extreme distress on organs. For this reason, climbers don't usually last more than 48 hours in this area. But that's not where this video is about. We were going to talk about the highest graveyard. Well, where should we start? Since 1953, when Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay scaled the summit for the first time, more than 4,000 people have followed in their footsteps, braving the harsh climate and dangerous terrain for a few moments of glory. Some of them, however, never left the mountain, leaving hundreds of dead bodies on Mount Everest. 4,000 people have attempted to reach the top of the Mount Everest. Not everyone who has climbed the Mount Everest knows how to find their way to the top. The sad thing is that 350 people have died while climbing the highest mountain. The standard protocol on the Mount Everest is just to leave the dead right where they died. And so these Mount Everest bodies remain there to spend eternity on its slopes, serving as both a warning to other climbers as well as gruesome mile markers. Ever heard of the man named Green Boots? Well, let's get to know him. One of the most famous Mount Everest bodies, known as Green Boots, was passed by almost every climber to reach the death zone. The identity of Green Boots is highly contested, but it is most widely believed that it is Tsewang Paljor, an Indian climber who died in 1996. Before the body's recent removal, Green Boots' body rested near a cave that all climbers must pass on their way to the highest point of the mountain. The body became a scary landmark that has been used to see how far they are to the top of the mountain. The dead body is famous for his green boots, and because, according to one seasoned adventurer, about 80% of people also take a rest at the shelter where Green Boots is, and it's hard to miss the person lying there. The 34-year-old David Sharp joined Green Boots in 2006. The climber David decided to take a nap in the popular cave where Green Boots died. But his nap took too long. David was alive, but his body was frozen. Some of the other climbers walked past David and thought that David died near Green Boots. Till some other climbers noticed that David made some sounds. They tried to rescue David and give him oxygen. But sadly, David was completely frozen and died next to Green Boots. Now we know where the highest graveyard is and what it means. I told you about Green Boots and his dead buddy David. Very sadly, don't you think? I think it's time to end this video. Very nice that I could tell you about the highest graveyard. I hope you learned something today. See you soon at the newest video, my friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe.